chilling. Doing too much.
Bro. Shit, what it do? Y'all already know what it is. Welcome back to another episode. It's my boy, Rodney. Shoot, I've known Rodney since about, I want to say 2011, 2010.
Yeah, it's been at least about, I say 2010. Let's just go from there. Let's go right there, man.
Shoot.
Just the good old BGC days.
Bro, Boys and Girls Club, shout out. It was definitely days. Definitely days.
It was, for sure.
Shoot. Would you like to give a little background about yourself? Just, you feel me?
Yeah, man. Shoot. Born and raised here in Oklahoma, but mainly lived in Utah, so a lot of people gonna call me Mr. Utah Cat. Even the wife will tell that as well. Yes, married man, believer of Christ, father, brother, all that, friend, cousin. So that's me. That's me, man. So,
bro, I had to get him on here today, man, just cause, shoot, first off, we ain't, caught up with each other for real, and literally damn near all them years.
Because every time I only seen you would be like just summer times, and then I think that one time you stayed. What did you stay for the school year?
No.
Or was it?
I think I might have came down here for Christmas or something like that.
That's probably what it was. It was probably like a Christmas, like a quick in and out, and then I was like, this dude ain't supposed to be here until the summertime. So it is what it is, but it was always good to catch up with you, man, for sure.
Them times was, now looking back on that, like, them times was really crazy. Like,
hey,
really,
y'all embraced a lot from us, man. Y'all, when y'all was there, man, we learned from y'all. Like, when we learned from y'all learned from us. And I feel like the bond was so, like, authentic. Like, no one could break that generation. And, like, y'all, so that's why people probably like, man, you still talking to this cat? We here, man. It's here an opportunity.
For
so
real. Honestly, I felt like you said, like we had learned so much from y'all, just like being like kids. Cause shoot, I was young, so like being kids, looking up to people was just like picking and choosing. And then, like you really had to pick and choose in the Boys and Girls Club for real.
Yeah,
because, like,
I agree with that. It had to be, and you could tell too, for sure.
Like I know for a fact that. We was fighting that every day. We was fighting that every day.
Y'all was some kids, man, where it was like we understood y'all's battles and everything. So we knew what y'all was coming from, especially coming from an area where you come from, Chicago. It was definitely something to take in and be like, all right, we're gonna understand this cat, because it would be able to, we learn from where you coming from, and we actually took the time to really listen. So I think that was another thing, man. We listened to y'all, and y'all listened to us, and it was like it was a win-win, and I don't think anybody can ever take that from us.
Take that from us, or even trying to recreate that was like just looking for somebody who because y'all really did accept us for everything, no matter what we was doing. How many fights we got, who was cursing out who, no matter what was going on, it was just, y'all was always there for us. If we needed somebody to talk to for real, somebody was going to be there, y'all was going to be there every time. When the phone rang, it was going to be answered every time.
I mean, and we still do that too. I mean, for me, speaking on my end, I mean, it's still there. It's for the most part, I don't have no room to judge anybody. Right. Only thing I could do is be that example, because you see how the world is today. And so if I don't continue that on, I'm just another hypocrite to this world, and I'm being completely judgmental. So, but yeah.
And that right there, just how you carried yourself, seeing that as a kid, because for me, especially when I was younger, I seen a lot more, especially on a black man type of standard, seen a lot angrier people. We always getting into something, always doing something that we probably shouldn't be. And if I'm gonna be real honest, you was really the first black man I seen that I was look at how he carry himself, you feel me? Look at how he's going through about his day to day. I remember times there was niggas that was sitting there in your face, cursing you out, y'all going back and forth, but you was just calm.
Yeah, because we've been through where y'all been through, so it's you coming at me, and it's all right, I'm gonna let you do that, because first I'm gonna address you how you should be addressed. Because all the fighting What's that gonna prove? Because I mean, I can sit here and I can say like, if I'm a grown man about to whoop on this kid, that's not gonna solve nothing.
It wasn't gonna solve nothing.
But when he did, yeah, I remember that too. Like, it's been a couple of kids that did that. Now they come back. It's crazy you say that too. A couple of them came back and apologized because of that during that time frame, because they was like, damn, Mr. Rodney, you really like, you took everything what you did, and it was like you didn't even react.
It was, bro, it was such a like authentic and like genuine thing. Like, I don't know if you realized at the time, but like, dude, that was stuff that I for sure know that I was gonna remember for the rest of my life. Like,
I appreciate that.
Cause I was sitting there in my head like, boy, if he was in my face like that right now, and you a kid, woo!
I mean, don't get us wrong, boy. We got permission for certain parents. Like, if some parents was like, hey, you can do X, Y, and Z. We'd be like, all right, cool. We'll handle that. Just you giving us the green light? Cool. All right, we'll take that green light. And we had to do a little stuff, you know. We had to hem them up, or we had to do X, Y, and Z. You know.
Hey, it needed to be done.
Yeah, it was definitely done. So,
really
but no, I definitely appreciate that, man. It makes me continue to be the person I am till this day. You know, a family of my own, and seeing that what everybody was talking about as kids, like, you know, their parents might not been in their lives, or you know, certain situations that they going through. Like, shoot, during that time, man, I think in 2014, it was a lot. I lost my grandmother, and I never shared much, but I was continuing to say, like, man, let me continue to be that example. But I was going through stuff just how y'all was, but I had to be that extra person to be that example, man. I mean, you got examples behind us, like, that's what we gotta be. We gotta be that model. So, yeah, it was a tough season for a lot. But hey, we still here, we still standing, still connecting, man. And
dude, when I seen you added me on, cause I had made a second Snapchat when you added me on Snapchat, I had made a second Snapchat just on I want a different snap. I'm tired of seeing the same people, same things.
Yep.
Then the first person that added me was you. Damn.
And it was a reason. It had to be. I was like, bro, I haven't seen this man Charles in a minute. Like, if this dude make another social media, like I try to connect with everybody. So when you made that, I was like, let me just make sure this is him, and then that's when we connect. So.
Bro, I had to make sure it was you. I said, what's your Instagram?
That's how it is, man, because it's a lot of, everybody keep adding, making new accounts and all this, and I'm like, bro, if you're not on my first account, then it is what it is. Like,
really though.
We gotta keep it moving, so. Like, but nah, man. So like we were saying, like, what, from being back then, from BGC up till now, and the stuff that you went through, how do you feel about all the stuff that's going into today's day, and you go back and you look at that and you like, dang, I really went through some stuff.
Dude, when I look back and I'm like, dang, I'm like, when I look back at those moments, like, what we was going through at the time, like, first off, when I first started coming to the Boys and Girls Club, that's when I, like, first went with my pops, like, without my OG being there, without somebody else being there, you know what I mean? Like, it was just me and my pops. Like, we in Oklahoma, you feel me? So
Right.
I came out there, and it was really like, bro, coming out here for that first time, I was kind of pissed, bro. I was kind of pissed because I wanted to play football, so
yeah, I remember
a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do during the summer, I can't do during the summer because I got to come down here, you feel me? Like,
how is the family doing?
They're doing great, bro. We're doing great. Hey, it took us some trials and tribulations, but we got there. We definitely got there.
Yeah, that's.
But like, just as like, dude, I remember my cousin had came down there, bro. Like, and we was at the Boys and Girls Club, and they were fighting. Like, bro, I remember it was just, bro. Every day I felt like it was just something, and like now when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, like. I'm grateful that I was able to just keep it pushing through that and keep it going and just keep it moving really. And I'm grateful that I had examples outside of my family, you feel me, to really know, all right, it can be done, you feel me, it is possible. If they can do it, I can do it type stuff. And I think it really does take that, you need that example around you of like the person you want to be, like just it was just crazy, man. Like, it was just crazy. Like, when I look back, that's why when I seen you, bro, when I'm telling you, bro, when I seen you at me, bro, I was like, I started cheesing. I said, boy, it ain't no way, boy. It ain't no way, boy.
It definitely was, man. I was like, because I try to connect with y'all as much as possible, man. Like, the era during that time frame. And y'all stories, like you just sharing again to me, it stuck to me. Like, it takes a lot, man, because we all been through those type of situations, especially in the era that we're in, or what can I say? Like, we just know everybody's story, where we
Y'all
come
was tapped
from.
in, bro.
Yeah, we definitely knew. So when you came to us, it was like, we already know what we about to really get into. We got to mentally prepare ourselves for this, because this is the stuff that we practice every single day. And it's like, well, we got a chance to be able to help this child out. You know what I mean? So, and I knew you was going through some stuff. And I remember, man, I swear, I feel like you was mad about something one time. And I'm like, this man, Charles, ain't trying to hear nobody today. You was not trying to hear nobody. I think you was probably, and when somebody's mad, they start crying. It ain't just it ain't just like you being a little punk. Nah, this man was mad about something. I can't remember.
Bro,
but I can't remember, but it's a true story, y'all. I promise you, it's a true story. And the dude was so mad, I promise you. I was like, it's gonna take a village right now to get this man to calm down, get his mindset right, get back to where he going, because you know where your direction is. You just needed to be, this is the moment where it's like, all right, you need to sit down and just really chill out and think about this. What's your next move? Because your next move, they always say, is your best move, but your next move is a move to where you failing forward. You still moving forward. You failed, but you got to move forward. So as long as you gonna make that next move, you moving forward. And that was like the biggest thing when that situation happened. I was like, I got to make sure this dude stay forward, because you had gems, man. You still got them. You know what I mean? And so I'm proud of you for that and still being here. So I'm glad that we connecting, y'all. We got so much more we got to be talking about. Of course,
really, we got too much to connect on.
So,
bro, what's crazy, like, so around the same time I stopped going to the Boys and Girls Club, dude, I had low-key got into pills, bro. I low-key got, bro, crazy.
Oh, yeah. Hit me with the info. Hit me with it. Because, don't make me go back to this old mode, like, finna slap this cat real quick.
Bro. So it was really it was me and my boy at the time, and we was down here, you feel me? We used to, his OG had some Xanax bars, bro. And we'll instantly, late night, come around, she go to sleep. Once she go to sleep, it's over with. So, bro, we take those, we finna go out on the town for real, walk around if we got to.
Yeah.
Hopefully we ain't driving, but it might have been but it might have been. Now, most of the time we wasn't. We was in the car, but we wasn't driving up for real.
Yeah.
But for real though, like, then like when I was at his house, that's what I do. And then when I go back to my pop's house, I'll be at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And I feel like dude, like that time frame, bro, like I really tried not to show it, bro. I tried not to show it, but it was just a lot of stuff that was really going on, bro. Like.
And what was that build up like during that time frame?
What you mean?
Sharing.
What you mean?
Like you said, you was going through something where you was like, because you was going back and forth at that time. Okay, I got you.
But honestly, it wasn't even that, bro. It wasn't even that yet. Like, really, I don't understand what you're saying now. Like, the build up really was like, bro. So when my pops had first came into my life, for real, I already had like a father figure type shit.
Okay.
So like, it was just a real confusing situation with that whole thing going on. And like, I'm a kid, so I'm not even really knowing like what's going on for real. But like, slowly, different people started coming to my life, and it was like, oh yeah, we're your family. Like, it was like, it was really one of them. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you my family. Okay.
Right. So then
who's you?
You feel me? Like,
okay, so you family. All right, I'm still about to build this up and be like, all right, so who are you? All right, you who? Okay, yeah.
And then you know how it is when you're a kid. Everybody's so. I remember you.
No, I don't remember nothing.
Right. I don't know who
you used to come up to me all the time. I mean, I still get that now. And my dad, I'm like, bro, I'm in my 30s, and you telling me, I remember you as a boy. I don't remember. So I get where you coming from with that. So that's a tough situation.
I was going through that a lot, bro. A lot. And then it was really just so. everything wasn't certain. You know what I mean? Like everything at that time was so uncertain and so just like there was no real foundation. You feel me? I had some foundation with my mom's, but like it's only so much she can give if she's herself is going through like stuff and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just like for me to, I don't know. Like I felt like when I went into public, no matter what I did, I couldn't. You feel me? I couldn't let them see that mad crying. You feel me? I couldn't let them see that. So that's why that one time. Think about it, it was only one time.
That's what I say. You blew up, man. I don't know what it was. You just blew up, and I was like, something for you. You was going through tough, and we was like, man, we gotta figure it out. We gotta understand.
Bro, I remember hearing y'all voices like in that moment. you know how like when you mad, you don't even like.
Bro, we was getting mad at you like, bro, you need to chill out. What is your problem? Talk to us. What is it like? Bro, sit your butt down. We had to escort you. I don't know where, but we can't remember the exact details. But I was like, yo.
I think we was in the gym. We
was definitely in the gym because we call that's the Lion's Den for sure. That place you have to have a voice when you go in there. You learn so much when you walk in that gym. It wasn't just a gym just to go hoop. It was a gym where you learned so much.
You was getting all types from all shades of life.
Boy, I tell you.
That was the best part about it, to be honest. Like,
oh, yeah.
Because really, I wasn't even supposed to be over there with y'all.
Yeah, so we could explain to them how it was. So it was like the 10 and 12, or was it? I can't remember exactly that. 10 and 12, like on the other side of the gym.
Yeah.
And then all the 13 and up was on this side of the gym. So all the kids, once that curtain went down, everybody was like, so we can't come over here, we can't watch or nothing. Like, and that's how it was for you. And you'd be like, man, Mr. Rodney, man, come on, can I just come over and sit down, bro? I'm gonna just watch the game. I promise you, I'm gonna sit over here. Like, bro, ask whoever your staff member at the moment to come over here, and then we can go from there. Because I understand where you was coming from, and I understood where all the other kids and other staff members did too, but we was just trying to keep it settled. But at the same time, when everyone started hooping, that's when we all came as a unit. It was literally, we came in as a unit. It was never no arguments. It was never no real authentic, like crazy fights. I mean, it was some stuff that, hey, this and that,
Yeah.
But when it came to that, man, that was like the biggest blessing that I ever seen when it came to y'all, for sure. So, but yeah, man, when you went through that though, as you were saying about how there's so much what your mom was going through, and then your dad and family members was coming in. What else was going on through that part too?
I mean, really, at the time we was doing a lot of moving, like a lot of moving. Like,
see, I didn't even know that. I just thought you was just back and forth, like just Chi-Town and then coming back during the summertime.
At the time, I want to say I had already once I had got to Chicago, I kind of like stayed in Chicago. But shoot, even when we was in Chicago, we didn't have a home. You feel me? We didn't have the essentials really. So we in a shelter during the school year. During the summer, I'm going with my grandma. Like,
and I don't even think we ever talked about that.
We didn't. We really didn't.
That alone, that stuff breaks my heart because that was our whole mission when we came to BGC. Like, we knew all y'all struggle, but since we only knew you from how you presented yourself and you kept yourself up, it was like you hit everything. And I knew when we knew when you broke, we was like, all right, he's going through something. But after that, you calmed down, but we was never to go even more profoundly about the situation. Like, what was it? We went enough, but we didn't go enough to where it's like, okay, so when he go back to Choctaw, what's gonna happen? Like, do we connect with him? Do we reach out? And that's when I try to get your social media, I think. And I was like, man, I think we text for a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I
then
had your number.
Yeah, so we text for a little bit, but then after that it was like so much went on, and then we kind of went distance for a while, and I was like, dang, what happened to my man?
Dude, shoot, so let's see, I stopped going to Boys and Girls Club, like all that stuff with my pops and my mom's going on. Once that finally calms down, and like once I get to high school, really, I like wasn't coming out. I came out here last time was sophomore year.
Okay.
So I was still coming out here, but I was still coming out here, and you feel me? We finna pop this pill. You feel me?
Yeah, leave, boy.
We finna turn up. We finna turn up. Had all type of weed. Like, we used to party, bro. We definitely used to party. And that was like, bro, I was a kid, bro. I was 6th, 7th, 8th freshman, sophomore.
You was experimenting, man. There's nothing that, and I think that's what probably a lot of people probably look at us, probably when they watch this and they probably like, this man, he just smoked in front of him. Probably they thinking like, this is unusual, but this is the real. This is how it's supposed to be. We can't ever just go off of what, like, you go through those for a reason. That's your plan. That's your plot. You going through that season I'm not preaching or nothing. This is how it was when we talked. Literally, this is how we talked every single time. But
that's why I was always trying to be over there. I'm like, bro, come on, let me just watch, bro. I ain't even feel like
telling you, man. That's how it was. We was always real. I mean, we had it was me, Julius, Sheldon, Mr. John. I can't remember who else at that time. That was the main core that was in the gym for the most part. But yeah, man, that's what it came down to.
Dude, it was, and then, bro, when I tell you, once I got to high school, shit would calm down, but me and my OG was just constantly, bro.
Went back and forth.
Bro.
It hit me with it.
Sometimes, okay, I say this about myself, bro. I definitely say this about myself. I'm a real chill person, bro. But once you start getting on my nerves, bro, I promise you, it don't, bro. And then what pissed me off, bro, what I do that pisses people off, bro. I know exactly what buttons to push. Bro.
I see.
I'm typing it in like the code to the garage or something like.
You was analyzing. You was analyzing.
For sure. Like, bro, my whole thing, especially when I got around new people, was I'm finna see what type of person you are before I just, you feel me, really 100% be my authentic self. And I think that was something that, like, I battled with because, like, I would, you feel me, I would know when to act like what, you feel me, because I had both in me, you feel me, I went to school with the white people, so I know how to be classy. And motherfuckers was in the city, so shit, I know how to be.
Yeah. We know our settings. That's what they call it. We know our settings, yo. We know if we can say X, Y, Z, or we go over here and we like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, my guy. And then you go over here like, hey, you know, I understand where you're coming from. Like, bro, that is not you. That's not you. Know who you are. But that's what threw us off because that's how I was. That's how I presented myself. I put myself as like, this is who I am, but you'll never know my story. Right. Because if you really do, like you said, I want to know if you really care. I'm one of those, it's loyalty. Right. I want to know if you're going to really care and do certain things. Now, some things won't always happen. You know what I'm saying? Some things won't go your way, like maybe your friends do something and you got to hold back and do something else. Right. Not just because they go do that and you got to take care of business, they still there for you though. You know, and I had to preach that, you know, to our daughter about that, you know. But when it came to that situation, like you said, man, it was something different, man.
Dude, and that was something that really, like, that right there, like knowing that every time they ain't gonna be able to be there. So sometimes, like, it was like when I had to be there for myself, it was like. We're going to see if we get through this one for you. We're going to see. Because around somebody else, it was very easy for me to keep my composure. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Very easy for me to, you know, be just the person I was. You know what I mean?
So, and this was doing when you went, what school did you go to at that time?
So, just because I really don't remember what at all. I'm gonna name a couple of schools. I remember I went to fifth grade. I went to Lincoln.
Okay, yeah.
4th grade and 3rd grade and 2nd grade actually I went to LaWn Elementary and I built up to only going to one school this year for only 5th grade. That's when I went to Lincoln. But let's see, I'm trying to remember a couple of other ones. I went to Jefferson, and then once I got to Jefferson, I was kind of like, all right, this is the school I'm in. Because I was telling my mom, like, look,
You start meeting more friends by then, didn't you?
I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I'm tired of we moving every year.
Yeah.
Every year we somewhere new. I'm like, look.
Did you start building more friends during that time? Or was it just more like...
Dude, just the type of person I was, it wasn't hard for me to make friends.
Yeah.
Like, even if when I was 6th grade, when we moved and I was at that new school, I remember telling my mom to this day, I'm not making no friends. I'm going to school and I'm coming home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. But just the type of person I was once I got around people, like,
yeah.
I love to talk, I love to conversation, I love to, you know, feel me, just whatever, you know what I mean?
You was that person, dude. You would ask questions.
Once I got around people, it was just, I had no control over myself for real.
Nah, that's good though.
So I made a gang of friends. Most friends I talk to today, to be honest. Like,
nah, that's good.
Shoot, Jarrell, he's from high school, so shoot. Like,
nah, and you need that, man, because right now, I mean, you see how the world is. We all know what it is. I always tell everybody, we've been in a pandemic before the pandemic.
mm-hmm.
That's literally what it's been like. If you really know where you came from and what you've been doing in life, we was in this way before then.
Yeah.
All this shutting down, we didn't got shut out. Emotions don't get shared. Families, you know, certain things happen in the families, divorces, all type of manipulation in life that you're not trying to understand and being confused about, trying to figure things out. Should I share my emotions? You know, all that stuff.
That question right there.
Yeah.
That was, bro. Every time it was, nah, I'm good. I'm straight.
That's bro. If my wife was here right now, she would literally say like, "That's how he is from time." Like back then, at the very beginning, she'd be like, "Why? What's wrong with you?" I'm good. I'm nothing. So you gonna sit here and tell me you just gonna be quiet? Yeah, I'm good. You're lying. You're lying. You go sit here and lie to my. Okay, cool. All right. This, that. Okay, golly, you know. And it was one of those moments where you have to get to that point. And I think growing up, like you said, the emotions that we all went through. That's how I went on my, journey in my life. Emotions were never shared. Especially when a father figure in your life. So that was one of those things I had to really grasp. Like, man, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. So
how did that journey start? Like, what made you say, like, I gotta fix this? Or compared to, I am the way I am and can't nobody change it?
It was probably when, honestly, that's a good, solid question for real. Like, I think once my grandmother passed, I think that's when I was like, I gotta be able to fix that first. Learn how to, go through the grieving stages. Then I got to be able to speak about how I'm feeling. I lost my best friend. Now I've got to be able to speak this to my friends, family, people around me. But I shut out for a while. I was not trying to talk to nobody about nothing. I was like, forget this. I'm finna go hoop. I'm about to go let's go try the G League. Let's try the overseas. Like, I'm about to go tap into all this. Like, I'm not about to share. This is my whole thing. God said, nah, brother, man, you ain't doing that. So really it just came down to me, like, once I got married, honestly, that's when I started sharing myself. Like, I had to be more open. Now I still battle with some of the stuff to this day, but I'm not ashamed to say that, but
you're at least aware of it now.
You got that, exactly, that's where it's at. But now that I'm able to do that, I'm getting more out of that shell of what I used to go through. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And be able to be more light for y'all and really speak about what I was going through at that moment. Because a lot of people try to sugarcoat stuff and show like, man, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm living this. Bro, you was in college, bro. You was struggling doing this and you overacting like this. Like, I had those type of friends that over just lying. Like, why are you lying? This is not the way. Like, this is some fantasy that we living in. Like, what are we doing?
Bro.
Not being honest with yourself, not being honest with the people you was around. Like, you have all these opportunities to do stuff. People get jealous. I mean, it's just a whole bunch, man.
Yes, bro.
So
I can kind of just imagine just right now, like, going through that and then having to be around some hard-headed ass kids, like hard headed, like
I mean,
thick
you know,
skull.
hey,
Thick skull.
I mean, we talking about trying to fight every time they got in the building. Well, I know one. I'm not saying the name, but if I was to say it, you'd be like, I think I kind of remember him, but it was some people that just walked in that building and instantly just heated, like, bro, I'm finna take off on you, like right now. For what? Right. Bro, you didn't even eat breakfast yet. What's wrong with you? Like, chill.
Really though, like, just mad. Like.
But yeah, going through those situations and learning that, and that's what got me to. That's what I was doing. I was shut down. Like, man, let me just be this example. My time will come when it needs to, but at the same time, I needed to heal. And I think that's why those were probably one of the best. That was one of my best jobs ever throughout the process of being in college and trying to go professional and playing ball at that time too. And that's another story that
So tell me, can you just dive in on that a little bit?
Shoot, man, what? So I was in college during that time when I was working at VGC, but I was also, I think, after 2014, 2015, I had tried out for like 3 overseas teams: Lithuania, Morocco, and the Switzerland team, I think. And then I tried out for the Idaho Stampede, and it was out there in the Pier in New York. We tried out, and I was able to get a second tryout out there in Idaho at that time. So I was blessed to get that far, to be able to get to a practice squad, but after that, it kind of just went downhill because I was still grieving at that time. And usually people will be like, shoot, at that time, that's when you going all the way in. Like, you putting all your effort and your everything into it. But I feel like I wasn't focused. I wasn't being honest with myself. And yeah, that was a turmoil that just needed to be fixed and be like, all right, I got to get right.
So you try out for all these teams, you get your second tryout, right? And was there a moment where you was like, all right, maybe I should keep going? Did you think like, okay, I got on the practice squad, maybe I can, you feel me, get on the roster? Like,
it was one of those.
Like, I know it's time.
Yeah, it was back and forth. It was like, I know I have the opportunity to do this, but I was not mentally there. I started getting bored of the game at the time, and they always say once you get to that point in life where you feel like it's not fun, that's where I got to that point where it wasn't fun at that time, and I wasn't happy, you know. So, and then during that time, I was still, we'll be talking about fashion. That's when it played a part. I mean, I've been graffiti, art, everything since I was a young cat. Sports, I was an athlete, doing all that stuff, man. Like, ever since I was 2. So that's what really hit all my emotions. Every sport, I hit something. All the stuff that I was going through, all the abuse that I was going through, you know, the mom not being in my life to just having a stepmom in my life. Like, I understand, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is, y'all, I've never shared this with this man. So this is how we relate. This is how it was. Like, I went through a lot too, the same with y'all. So it's like, good Lord, I understood y'all cold-heartedly, everything that y'all going through.
And I feel like as a kid, you don't really realize why you like cling to certain people, you feel me? But like, it's just like a subconscious thing in your head. Like, it was something that, I don't know what it was, but like, bro, I'm telling you, every day I got in the building, I'm like, man, all right, I'm gonna be over here with them for that day. You know, I'm gonna sneak my way over there, cause look.
Everybody had a plan. Everybody had a plan, bro. That's funny. That's crazy you say that. Y'all literally had a plan.
I'm not gonna be over here all day.
So, no.
They gonna let me over there, bro.
So but like you said, we connected, man, because it was just, everybody had a story that related, and when we talked, it was some deep, it was like y'all was some grown folks, man. Y'all was talking some deep stuff, and I'm like, bro, you only, how old? Like, you only 11. Why? But, and then coming from, you know, Oklahoma has its different vibe of people, and then you got different people from different other states coming in, and it's like, wow, y'all are some intelligent, like, y'all kids are intelligent, man. And when we seen that, I was like, yo, yeah, this is different. So every summer, honestly, that's what we would always talk about. Like, we got to approach these kids completely different. It's not that, oh man, what's going on? How you know? It was like, let's speak, man. We already know what's going on. What you been doing? Why you been doing this? It's time to start sharing. You've been here for 3 years now. It's something we know was going on. You know, we had to keep doing that over and over, but it sucked that we didn't get that time.
Yeah.
Once you moved away, so.
Once I stopped coming, it was like, bro, I kind of tipped on the other side of the scale, because I feel like really looking back on it now, going there was probably what was best for me. You feel me? Even though it was sort of a hostile situation, but it really wasn't though. It was like there was something just so beautiful about waking up in the morning every day and we finna head to the. Really, I seen it as we finna head to the gym every day.
That's literally what it was.
Like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like everybody else, even when kids my age was going to do whatever, wherever. Bro, I'm not going over there, bro. Y'all tweaking. I'm in the gym.
That's how it was.
Even when we was in there playing pool, I'm playing a pool. We on the tables. You feel me? We doing something. I ain't going over there on the computer lab. Like,
especially during the summertime, like. We had to make sure y'all had y'all, mindset going, still keeping on, the knowledge when y'all get back into school, But summertime, y'all was like, we're not doing this, bro. I'm going on field trips. I'm going swimming. I'm finna talk to these girls. Oh, there's some new ones. Bet I'm gonna go talk to her. I didn't see. Who is this? Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her. And that's how y'all would do. Like, we seen everybody's vision. We knew there was stuff that shouldn't have happened up there. I'm not gonna say that happened up there. I'm not gonna say the name, but we just gonna keep that on censor mode. But yeah, there was some stuff that happened up there that we was like, okay, wow, we really gotta. Do we need to start whooping these kids or something? Like, do we need a permission slip?
Bro, we was like, cause bro, it was just something about like, so. A lot of the kids that was our age, you feel me? Like, there was always that group, like people who was just trying to go to that older kid side and do
absolutely,
that. And
absolutely.
I felt like that group was just really like we was locked in, like we was super aware of what's going on around us. So it was like,
I definitely agree with that.
Dude, I don't want to be with these kids because the older kids, we just looked up to y'all, like, just because y'all was older kids, you know what I mean? Like, y'all who we around most of the time. And some of y'all could hoop, you feel me?
Yeah, I don't know. He ain't talking about me, though, because y'all know.
Bro, what, bro?
Hey,
every time I'm riding, put me the one-on-one, bro. Put me the one-on-one.
Hey, you really did say that. You used to ask every single time, like, I'm gonna murder this kid. Like,
we'll lose every time. I'm coming back, bro.
And you would, and that's what I love about that when it came. You would always come back, no matter how bad you got beat. You would come every time, like, bro. All right, cool. I'm gonna go get my snack, and I'm gonna go bust your ass after this. But that's literally what it came down to, man. I loved every bit of that because y'all literally did that. And we came to work and it didn't even feel like work. It did not feel like work. It felt like how they say, if you love your job, you'll never have to work a day in your life ever again. And it literally was that type of job like that. And I didn't even notice that until I got a lot older. And I'm like, dang, this was a place where I feel like, everything was still building up. Opportunities needed to be built up. But when I went there, I was like, yo, we going there with hooping mindset, educational mindset, having fun, enjoying each other, talking, communicating. And it felt like y'all didn't get in trouble like that. Y'all got just small stuff. It wasn't nothing like major.
It wasn't nothing super crazy.
Yeah, but when it did get there, it was still handled in a way where y'all sat there and was like, dang, we made y'all think. Because y'all made us think like, we got to come at them a little different because the way he just talked to me, that was kind of smart. Like, he didn't. Or she didn't, or she said this, that way, but.
I remember having to sit in the gym for real. Y'all will sit there hoop in our face. We got to sit on the bleachers.
And watch us hoop the whole time.
Wow, I didn't even do that.
All because somebody was in the crew that didn't want to tell or talk about, like, I made this mistake or nothing. We were like, all right, bet. everybody go sit in the gym. I mean, go sit in the bleachers. Y'all go ahead and sit in the bleachers. Y'all watch us hoop. And it would be dreadful. Like, this is our punishment. Are you talking? Cool. Sit there even longer until it's about lunchtime. I mean, and we punished to where it was like, it was a crazy punishment at the time, but at the same time, for some reason, it was like, it clicked for everybody to be like, dang, okay, I need to just chill and get my act right.
And
so.
it was definitely working. Once y'all started doing that, it was definitely started working. Even if we was outside.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
we gotta go back in the gym. Let's go.
I forgot about that. Like, if y'all act up,
over with.
We going back in, and we was even out there for what, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Just out there let's go
Bro,
back.
it was times I didn't even get to do what I was really out there to do.
That's what happened.
Instantly start walking. I'm dang, what just happened?
Something.
Look,
Nobody ain't listening.
It'd be so quick. It'd be so quick. You'll just turn your neck and be like, oh, it's over already?
Yup.
Wow.
Or we'll just be like, in the morning times, we'll be just sitting out there, just on the, on the stoop and all there on the spots. And we just be chilling, and then next thing you know, somebody doing X, Y, Z, or they not listening. And they talking about, why you going this far by the street? We're responsible of you. Like, what are you doing?
You got people in the water fountain.
We going swimming later on. Why are you getting wet now? Like, we're going to a pool later on. You want to it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's still like, come on now. We trying to wake up. So
we full of energy, ready.
I'm telling you, bro. And that's what we had. We had to get our energy. We had to be like, all right, Lord, let me this energy, because I know this kid over here today is gonna test me. All right, man. This girl over here oh yeah, she definitely. Oh, they've been talking. Something about to happen. We gonna hear from parents. Like, that's what it was every single day. So.
And see, like, now that we're older and we look back on these times, like. A lot more grateful for it, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, a lot more grateful for it, especially with the stuff that we had going on. It's like, I wish, to be honest, that I was focusing more on that moment, you know what I mean, on those moments, because I feel like if I'd have been focusing more on that than on everything else that was going on, because that was what was going on at the time, you know?
Yeah.
That would have been being present, something I try to work with today, you feel me? Like, to this day, it's being present. Like, I feel like y'all was real present in the moment. Like, no matter what was going on, like, y'all was really like robots every day.
Man.
Like, you used to think some of these people just, as soon as last kid leave, they freeze. You feel me? Pick it back up once the first kid walked in.
Man, I'm telling you. I mean, because I think sometimes were real intense, because everybody was coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was the spot for everybody to be. And so that was the era for everyone to be like, yo, this is going to be the spot. That literally was the spot. And I mean, I went to a Boys and Girls Club when I was younger too. And that's how it was. It was a spot downtown in Utah that, yo, we get a ticket. We got to get on this train. We going downtown. Like, we going to go. And that's how it was for y'all. Kids would try to get on the bus, coming all the way from Yukon, Mustang, Edmond.
That's far.
I mean, just trying to get to
30 minutes.
30 minutes, almost 45 minutes to an hour.
Really, though.
And morning traffic.
Yeah, with traffic, it was raps.
So
it was raps, and y'all was only taking a certain amount of kids because y'all used to fill up.
Yeah, I think the limit was about. I don't want to be lying. Maybe about 200 to 250. I think was the cap at that point. So you got to think 200 plus people, and they raised it. I think now to like, I don't know what it is now, but yeah, it was a limit for sure. But yeah, like you said, I'm very grateful that we're able to share these moments. Seeing you as a young man now, man, and sharing these moments and talking about it, reminiscing, on podcasts with it too as well, but yeah, man. So now we just looking up, and let's talk about what else you got going on, man. Let's get into now the real deep, more deep stuff, because I mean that was deep too. We'll probably run back into it again.
Definitely will. But now I say, what you mean? Like, what are we going through now? Like, what's the plan?
What's your plan? How you see people now in the world, as far as like, you see the adult life is what I guess they say, working now, You got a place. You gotta pay bills.
Right.
you know,
Man.
school, depending on what you want to do, stuff like that.
Dude, so now, I say for 20, I feel like for a 20-year-old, just wow, first off. Just wow. Like, the everyday life, man, like, getting up every day, having to go to work, like, getting up, just adulting, you know what I mean? Like, having those responsibilities, even having this crib, like, bro, it's like a lot, you feel me? Like, it's very much a lot, but it can be handled, but it's like, bro, if you don't have that just mindset of, all right, today is going to be my day, today is going to work out in my favor, like, if you don't have that mindset, bro, like, when I first got in here, bro, like, you feel me, everybody, when they first get an apartment, they, oh my God, let's go crazy. Man, I got bills today. Like,
you know, the first of the month and everything, you know you got to get that. Man, so you like, already, plotting and everything.
It was like, bro, like, I feel like just trying to find time to really work on what I want to do.
Absolutely.
And like that balance of having a job and working on what I want to do, like that right there is something that was, bro, understated. It was underestimated, all of that. Like,
you feel like you got good advice or bad advice, or it was kind of medium?
Dude, I feel like just from all the advice I've got, I feel like I've got nothing but great advice. Like,
that's good.
Nothing but great advice, bro. Cause like, shoot, we didn't too much struggle with anything, bro. Like, we didn't struggle with anything for real. Like, of course, there was no moments where like, all right, we gotta pay this right now so we can do this instead of getting this and going somewhere or whatever like that. But like, right, just having priorities and stuff like that. I feel like like I said, like as a 20-year-old, I still have a lot of life left. You feel me? I still got a lot of stuff to learn and go through, but I feel like I definitely gotta.
We only some change.
Bro,
we only some change.
You feel me? That's all that's gonna happen is change. Like, even within a move, like, bro, I'm going to a different state by myself for.
Oh, so this you're not going? You making some big moves
I'm making moves. You feel me? Like just even talking to realtors every day, like. Stuff like that. It's like, right, you see that, like, it feels good to have that respect to that people, like, they don't take me as a joke. So when I call a realtor and I'm talking business with this realtor, they know I'm talking actual business. Like, I'm not talking about no kids stuff. This ain't no prank call. Like, treat me, address me as an adult for real.
And that's the best thing. It brings back to when we went to BGC. Like, we saw y'all as those kids. Like, we came to y'all like this. We never went to like, we say we do this because we didn't. That's not the way of learning. Because we used to question that, like, what you mean you pop? Now kids nowadays, like y'all's age, my brothers, y'all have a voice, and that's the best part. So when you talking to them, they probably like, dang, he been on his game. You know, he been studying. Because that's what they expect. They think that you don't know nothing, or you know just the small, mediocre other stuff. And we're like, did you really go into the deep, like, lender, or do you know this down payment, or you gotta, you know,
what do you really know about closing? Like, what do you really know about just everything?
Because that closing cost, boy. Man, I'm learning. You ain't the only one that's been like, man, hey, that closing cost.
They say you gotta do what? I mean, how? Oh,
hey,
I heard the prices for the first house. Like, for real?
Yes.
Good Lord.
Yes.
And like, I'm not just trying to buy a home. I'm trying to buy like a multi-family homes, like a little apartment or something like that. So it's like, it's like, Lord.
Yeah, when we really started looking at houses and knowing more information, like, I didn't start doing all that, honestly, more seriously, till I got married. And then further in, and then once I did, boy, I said, we gotta do what? This is how much for what? So wait, if we go lend this money, we gotta pay this back when? How much is, let me go do this, and it's time for me to get my career, like, it's time to get stuff going, but that's how it is, man.
See, that's why, like, that right there is, like, that's been, like, thing that I always keep in mind. Like, I know for a fact, once I want to settle down and like start a family for real, like I want to be able to say like, y'all good. Like,
exactly.
And I don't want y'all stressing for money type stuff, like, cause we feel we know what stressing for money look like. We know what stressing for money look like, and it's nothing that I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, bro.
I couldn't. Like, I would never.
For real. I
wouldn't. Man, and just especially during these times right now, like seriously, it's I'm speechless for it because it's crazy. I would not want to because it's just so much that and prices are going up on everything.
On everything, and it's not stopping.
Oh yeah, no.
It's not stopping anytime soon.
And it's been like this for like the last strong year right now. It seems like it's just going in harder. So
and it is. It really is. Like it's real. I feel like it's really just started. To be honest, like I feel like we just dipping the toe. This is just right now. Like in a couple months, even a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm already. That's why I feel like entrepreneur is like very heavy right now. It's very heavy, and I'm proud of seeing like the world, what everyone in their creative sides or whatever other gifts they have or talents. Everyone is starting to coming out to utilizing them. No matter if you are just you single person or you have a family, like everybody's literally bringing out their old skills. And I'm like, bro, you should have been doing this. You know this is what you're doing.
That's why when I seen that you had a clothing brand, I'm telling you, bro, like, I'm like, swear, he already doing something I'm about to start doing. Like, I was like, that's God right there for real.
It was just the knowing about my brand, man, and it's LaWn, man, if y'all don't know. We'll talk more in depth with it right here. But my brand in itself, like, I really didn't even start peeking about it until I got married. But when I really was serious about it was 2015 is when I started blogging. And so I was like, I started blogging doing there, but people at the college campus when I was at UCO kept asking me like, bro, where do you get that? Where do you get that? And I'm like, bro, I get it from Banana Republic, or I get it from J. Crew, or I get it from whatever. And I just kind of got annoyed, like you said, like, it's like, bro, okay, y'all asking so many questions. Like, where you get them shoes? Where you get that? Let me just make a website or something. Like, let me make you, because during that time, I wanted to do that, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm starting to peak again, coming back to being creative with my fashion and my ideas, and I've always was sketching and drawing, but I never did anything for it. I just let it sit there. So I was like, I'll just blog about other people's brands and be an ambassador for them. And I mean, you can check the Instagram for that, for the proof, but when I worked with those brands, it was like, bro, I started doing my research, and I'm like, okay, so I can do this and put my, could have been, and that's what I kept. And at the time, it's like you thinking of it like, this is just something, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but if you do your research, bro, it's gonna be the best feeling in the world. And I love it. Like, I still stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I got my own family, 2 kids and a wife. Make sure everybody's doing their thing. And once they go to sleep, I'm up. And I can still stay up till just like how y'all stay up and go to work the next day. My wife be like, bro, how? Where do you get this from? It's because I'm a go-getter. Like, when I traveled other states, New York really put me on you lazy. Every time I went to New York, I think I went, we stayed out there for 3 days. I went out there and I was like, I'm lazy. Oklahoma has really put me as a lazy mentality type person. That's just how I was looking at it. But at the time, I didn't do anything, so I was like, all right, I'm inspired by it. Years go by, I'm like, all right, let me start peaking up and really start doing this. And the more I kept studying, the more I started like, man, let me put my stuff out. Now, I know I'm at a small process right now, but the vision for the long term, I'm looking for long term. That's what I like. My name is going to hold, LaWn is going to hold weight, and that's just, I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want you and everyone else, whatever y'all do, like everyone always says it's a cliche thing, but you can never doubt yourself. We all say we're supposed to bet on ourselves, but we really should. Like, you got to love every bit of, you got to go through all the emotions, just like Nipsey said, bro. we're gonna go through every single emotion, and that's what I've gone through, and I'm still going through it. Like finding the manufacturers, trying to talk to different language barriers, like you said, talking to people to say like, okay, he know what he's talking about, just how you said in real estate. Like, it's so much work, but I enjoy it all. I enjoy it all. Even when I get stressed, I'm like, bro, I should have had this manufacturer already taken care of. This should have already been here. But it helps you learn about being patient again, because everyone in this world right now, they want everything. They want it all. But that's what's helping us get back to that. But I understand things are changing, but you know, that's where I come in to help out, man.
I definitely understand that too. Like, when I first started, like, actually looking in, because I thought I was just going to, you feel me, design the shirt and go to the little place and I make the shirt, you feel me, we good and go. But I'm like, all right, maybe I need to actually get it. Then I actually started looking into it a little bit, and I started watching a lot of, like, Virgil videos, because at the time, it was right before he had passed away. Right before he had passed away. And then I said, no way, like, bro. It was like I was watching everything from just when he would come talk at Grad, like, what is it called?
He was talking. What was he?
Talking at a lot of stuff. He would just be in class with him. He was talking at grad parties, or not parties, but you know what I'm talking about.
He was talking to some. It was some events. I know what you're talking about, because he helped out another clothing brand. I can't remember the name right now. He's a young cat like your age, and I think he was just mentoring him. And I think, he spoke about, you know, where he started, how he was doing things.
Yeah,
and
see, those was the videos I was watching.
And I started watching, and it's crazy, during the time he was sick, well, he was already sick, but I started watching this stuff randomly again, out of nowhere, when he started doing, like, you know, Louis' work and Off-White, like, he started doing all type of stuff with certain brands. And I was like, yo, this dude is... Why did I stop watching him? Like, what was the whole... So...
I feel like the first time I started watching him, it was just some, like, totally random stuff. Like, I said something very small about fashion at the time. Like, I wasn't even really all the way in it, you know what I mean? But then, once I started seeing more so, because he's more than just fashion, you feel me? Like he said, it's a platform for him. Like, it's not a clothing brand. Like, that right there really spoke to me. And when he was talking about just how, like, if you can't afford Off-White, it's because I want you to go make your own. Like, that right there, I was like, wow.
That's how I be feeling about Jerry Lorenzo with Fear of God. I was like, bro, your stuff is dope, but ain't nobody about to just buy it instantly right now. Especially, like, I would love to do it, but, you know, I'm clearly wearing a pair of shoes. But, you know, that's different because, you know, like, I went out there to go work for it, but at the same time, it's like, and I know they say we're not supposed to enjoy materialistic things, but I enjoy it. It's another feel good. It helps you speak volume. It helps you be confident about yourself and what you're wearing. And that's what's on my, you know, about page on my brand, is to feel confident about yourself. It's about you. It's not just, LaWn is just a brand that's helping you be there, but it's more than that. It's the community, the love, the passion, the story, you know, the rose symbolizes for my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is a detail that means something, and then that's what art is about. It's not just about, oh man, I'm trying to make this brand and I'm trying to get this money. If you keep saying, like, and that's another thing, when people be like, money, did you just say money in your sentence? I don't want to hear that. We know that.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's where it came down for me.
And see, that's why I was saying, like, I was really trying to focus on what is my brand, not so much just make something just to make some money, because I know you can find a trend doing anything, anything, and boom, release that, and of course it's gonna get a couple sales. But like you said, like, my longevity is gonna be a lot better. You feel me? I'm really looking to be like really breaking barriers type stuff, like a streetwear type of Gucci. Like, something like that, just like something with a name like that. Like, I'm making my name like that type of stuff. So it was just like, it was really like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, back to what I was saying about being an adult, like, just having that choice to be able to say, all right, you know what? I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I'd be at work at 8 o'clock if they told me to. So why would I not be here for myself right now type stuff? Like,
and that's another thing I tell myself, and I want everyone else to know, like, you putting all that energy at that job. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
You ain't even gotta say too much. You really don't even gotta, cause that right there, people
that's gonna hurt you. I want it to hit your heart so hard that it's like, dang. And that's what we did to y'all, man. We would tell y'all some stuff like that. That's how it's like, why are you putting in? I put in all this time for me in school. You put in all that time for school. Right. You put in all this time to get to where you're at right here at this place. Right. You gotta put in that time for what you love, man.
Yeah, see that right there. I needed somebody to tell me that.
Got to, man.
Because like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't realize it. Like I hated going to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, I hated it, but once I was there, I was like, all right, you know,
yeah,
this is probably where I need to be. Because if I was at home, I'm probably bro. If I'm gonna be quite honest, bro, it was really I just didn't want to come down here.
Yeah, like, I can understand.
I'm going away from all my friends, and then it's the summer.
Yeah.
It's the summer, like it's the worst time to go anywhere for real. Like, okay, I could take a little vacation, but you talking about
the whole summer, yeah, like, yeah. Wow. That's what always threw me away was like, why y'all like. If it was me and I'm coming from like a different state, I'm thinking like, yo, I got it now. I don't want to leave. Like, but I mean, you know, people got their stories and everything. Yeah. We all understand that. But you was coming from Chicago, and my mindset back then, I'm thinking with Oklahoma, but I got to rethink that. It's like Oklahoma, no, bro. Like Chicago's better right now at this time. But that's what I'm saying. But I appreciate Oklahoma though. Like I'm glad Oklahoma helped mold us into where we are and help you to continue to grow. Because that's what I'm here for. Yeah. Is to help grow. Like a lot of people think, you know, selfishly out here. And you got to be honest about it. But I'm willing to still help even while I'm building my brand. You building yours. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at all these other brands, Jerry Lorenzo supported Virgil. Right. Virgil supported Jerry Lorenzo.
Virgil supported anybody. Like,
and that's
what they would talk about all the time. Is support your community, like the people around you.
Exactly. And I think, and that's the crazy thing. Like people might have the same vision as you, but they might have something that's completely different. Just support, man. That's right. It. But yeah, man, that's something that we gotta continue tackling, and that's another thing too. I tell people, it was somebody who told me from an event I went to at Grenmore. His dad told me this thing. He's like, we always talk about the bad stuff, man. We always talk about that's like a dopamine in our mind. Like we always talk about why can't we talk about the good? So when he was at that event, that was the first thing he said, man, that really just stuck to me. He was like, let's stop talking about the bad. We always talking about the bad. Like literally, come on, like let's really do it. Like let's make this happen. And ever since then, that stuck with me. And that was last year. He told in that event, which is I think would be good for you to go. But I know you probably about to be leaving here soon, so you might have to visit. Yeah, you have to
definitely figure something out for that. I wouldn't mind going to that too.
Oh yeah, they be having some good events, man. It's out there in the Paseo district. The Paseo district. And so they always have like certain events for, you know, the black communities and for everybody, honestly, for all communities. And
see, I think that's definitely something the black community need is something like that.
Oh yeah.
Just in, like you said, any community, like that's just something we need. Is something, because it's not even just Oklahoma. Like people think selfish in this world.
Oh yeah.
Even though we all gotta live with each other, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Mm-hmm. Just because I may not see this person ever in my life doesn't mean I'm not thinking about, all right, what decisions am I making today that could affect the next? You know Absolutely. Like even with this podcast, like I always like to say, like you never know what I say, what you'll say, what whoever else I have on here. You never know what they'll say that'll stick with somebody that we don't even know and we'll never see. You feel me? Like,
and that's the plus. I love that. That's real, man. That's right. Authentic for real. So.
People just have to, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of it comes from just people not being okay with themselves and being like,
That's what it is, man.
Being themselves, even. like you said, people are just now starting to come out and do this whole creative thing, but like you have two sides to it, you know what I mean? Like you got people trying to be creative strictly for money, and then you have people trying to be creative for the better of the community and just bettering what's around them, you know what I mean? Like you said, everybody likes to focus on the negative, and that's partially with probably to do with social media and just that and everything, really news, all.
How do you handle that at your guys? Like with your age, that's something I'm paying attention more to, because I know that y'all still within what they say, everybody keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
But how do you handle that throughout the day as far as social media?
Dude, if I'm gonna be real, quite honest, like I don't be on social media. I don't be on social media.
For
bro.
real?
I may be on Instagram for a couple, like, bro, sometimes just because I'm addicted to grabbing my phone, opening up Instagram, opening up Snapchat, like, I know that I have that addiction. Like, that's the whole point. That's what the app wants you to do.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, no notifications, nothing. If you text me on Snapchat, you text me on Instagram, I won't get the notification until I open the app. Like, TikTok, it all, everything, like. I really just have to avoid, bro, because it's so, like, and don't get me wrong, like, it's steps that you really got to take, I feel like. First off, what I had to do was go through and delete hella people. Go through and, bro, like, you got to clean them off of that. You can't just put on the mute. You can't just put on, you got to completely cut it. Like, that was the first step. The second step was, all right, when I get on this app, I need to be figuring out, I need to either be learning something, I need to be either, if I'm down, I need to be looking for something funny. You feel me? Like, I need to be using the app what it's really for. You feel me? Not just... You'll see so much on these social medias nowadays. Like, bro, this Will Smith smack that everybody's so concerned with. Like, bro, like, okay, he smacked him, and he's been smacking people. Like, that's nothing new, really. Like, he smacked Chris Rock. That's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that was wild to me.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear what you gonna say first before I said it.
Dude, it was wild to me just because, like, how you gonna laugh about it? Then you see her reaction. It was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. 1, 2. Will. We done seen what you been through in these last couple of years, man.
And you started right back up again, brother. You putting yourself right. I'm glad you said it, because a lot of people is on Will's side when it came to that at first. Me, the wife was like, bro, no. Why? What? No. You should have never hit that man. Yeah. Address him. That's it. And that's and it goes back to the black community. As a black man, just us right now, we got to be able to know how to address each other without having to kill each other.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We have to literally know how to communicate and talk. That's our, especially as black men, and either our black sisters as well. The same thing goes for them as well. You got to be able to be like, okay, hold on. When's the next commercial? Cool. All right, which way is he going? Cool. Let me go talk to him.
Right.
Let me go address this situation, because you got people looking, bro. You got millions and millions of people following you and watching everything you do.
Yeah, and even the people who don't like you is gonna see that, so you just gonna
put yourself back in that situation.
Yeah.
So it should have been addressed. I think it's just, and like you said, social media, man.
How I felt about it really was like both of y'all in the wrong.
Oh,
Chris Rock, you know you shouldn't be talking about that man's wife.
And
they was just talking about, was they not just talking about them right before COVID and all that stuff happened, or even during COVID? And
I think I didn't personally. What I heard about it was, I don't think I even heard nothing about Jada at all with their hair loss or anything.
No, not even that. I'm talking about the whole like entanglement stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh well. Yeah. She already embarrassed the man as it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. She already did. Yeah. She.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why when I say Will.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other people you should be hitting right now.
You're right.
Like.
Even though we don't condone that, but that's something that that's someone that you should have been checking.
You feel me?
Whatever.
Checking on a different level. Like, nigga, I gotta come grab you. I gotta come grab you, shake you around a little bit. Like, you done lost your mind. I got wife, kids.
And that cheese.
Now I have to think about that. That happened 5 years ago. When that came out, that happened 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even? Come on, bro. You embarrassing everybody right now.
Yeah, you most definitely are. You most definitely are. You embarrassing yourself, everybody that's around you, your last name, what they always say, you're embarrassing your last name, all that. And when he did that, man, I just wish he would have did it differently. That's all. That's all it comes down to. And regardless, this is my biggest thing, and I'll probably finish my saying on it. But like you said, he laughed. Chris Rock is a comedian. You're a comedian, Will. You in the front row of a comedy, basically. That's what they have them for. They want people there to be able to keep it entertained.
Right.
So when he said that, that's your fault.
Right.
Y'all comedians, y'all know that, man.
Comedians are gonna say anything, really.
And it's just for fun and game. But at the end of it, I guarantee y'all would have been like, bro, that was a good job. Ha, I'm still gonna get you next time. It should have been about that. Now, if you can't take no heat, go ahead and go in the back somewhere and chill, and go ahead and just stay in the back so you don't want to get clowned off. Because that's another thing. We get offended by so much stuff. What happened to us when we was little kids, especially as men now, and when we was boys, we didn't get offended back then. We was like, oh man, ain't nothing. Like, all right, your mama this, and that. Now when you get older, it's like, bro, I'm ready to do X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm feeling this type of way. And that's not right. And we got to be able to learn how to be better men and communicate and talk to each other and be like, all right, man, I understand what you was feeling. That wasn't right. Let's talk about this. And I understand we all have trigger moments. We have heated moments. We're frustrated about something. Something could have happened that moment. And somebody could tick you off by doing one more thing. Everybody always say this. Somebody cut you off the road. Oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm about to I'm finna go get this person.
Yeah.
And that's just real. We don't even know what's going to happen next. So when Will did that type of thing, it's like you could have released something that Chris Rock probably would have never thought he would release.
You see, he was trying to hold himself back.
And he did a great thing. He did. That's a good example of a black man. And for other men out there, white, Hispanic, all races, Asian, all of them. But when it came to that, man, I just felt like, yeah, man, you just...
Nah, I know if I was Chris Rock, I'm sorry.
You would have went out?
What? I see him walk up to the stage already, hands out of pocket. What you trying to do? They was going to have to, security was going to have to pull me off of, bro. Like, see, like, a situation like that, I'm always waiting.
And that's what...
I'm waiting for the day that somebody does something just enough to where I can literally beat the dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it sucks that that's the mindset. Like, we went through stuff like that in life, and now we got like, if you come at me, it's like, oh, I got a reputation, so you gonna tell me you gonna come up here and slap me? Like, Kevin, you gonna really come up here and slap me? Like, for real? You gonna really just slap me like that? You gonna slap me? You gonna slap me? Like, you're not about to do that. But that's what it comes, and it sucks that we gotta be able to be examples and be like, all right, oh boy, like, either we can go in the ring, like, we can fight this out in the ring. But
I feel like a lot of that comes back from just like what we seen as kids, like
trauma.
Like, for me personally, I know for a fact, all my life, I know most fights started with words.
Yeah,
I know if I can get my mind to a place where I'm like, all right, your words literally ain't gonna do nothing, but you put your hands on me and I might kill you. You feel me? Like,
and that's what situation.
That's where I felt like, all right, that's where I needed to be. Because before, it was like, boy, you'll say something the wrong way.
I was a fighter. I straight up, that's how I was. I literally, that's what, I didn't give no explanation at all. And it was wrong on me looking back at that. But that's how northeast side of Oklahoma. That's where I started originally like fighting for my uncles. Like, literally, that's where it started from. And then after that, it just escalated. And like you said, words, I think I felt like I was a mute because I didn't hear nothing you said.
You feel me?
I was frustrated, and then it wasn't just because I was what you like. I know what you said, but I had other stuff that I was dealing with,
and that's what it.
And that's what it comes back. That trauma, that trigger, that story, whatever. And I mean, I get granted, we always talk about people's mamas and all that, the normal joke. But now these jokes nowadays, you say something different, boy. It's like, hold on,
don't
man.
get on the internet with it. For real. Don't get it.
You know, internet don't sleep.
And see, that's the thing that like. That's why I feel like I don't like the internet as much as I used to, because before, when it first came out, Instagram was just, it was something so pure about it that just felt so genuine. Something like, all right, I'm gonna get on here because I'm going through something, and I know there's somebody on here that's gonna make me laugh.
Yeah.
There's something on here that's gonna bring me up. But now it's like, it's just so negative, there's no point, you know what I mean? Like, I just be around the people I find
vibing
with, you feel me, cool with.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And I think when it comes to, as well as like the internet, we even got, it's like, it sucks too, because we got to watch what we say. Like, it's something like, with us right now, what we're trying to do in life, what we are doing, forget the word try, my fault, don't ever.
Hey,
my fault for take that word out. I'm sorry, shouldn't have never said that again. But take what we're doing, building our brand, building our opportunities, other opportunities around that. We got to be able to. I know it sucks that we got to watch what we say, but that's where we're at right now. Yeah. We're at a heavy. You got to watch what you say, because if you say this. Rodney said this in 2022 with Brother Charles over here and said this on this podcast. Like, hey, man, okay, I'm learning. We all got to grow.
And see, something that I don't like about just the times we're in right now is people are so, it's like, I'm going to judge you based on something, right? So if you say how you genuinely feel and how you may think there's nothing wrong with it, you feel me? You say something and I feel like, no, this is my standpoint. I know for a fact that my standpoint is the right standpoint because it's my standpoint and I'm just completely wrong. Right. I don't like that. Like, me, the type of person I am, all right, I have a standpoint, you have a standpoint. Neither one of our standpoints is right or wrong necessarily, but it's just how we see it.
That's how we feel and think about it.
You feel me? Like,
and that's what I've learned. Man, I know I've been saying this a lot. Shoot, marriage, man. I'm laughing because it's a lot. It's that's something. Yeah, patty cake. Yeah, bro. That's you gotta really take the time to think about it, and it's you got just communication alone. You got to think about a lot, and then even away from marriage, when you go to work or work around with people, we talking about any job, even if you got your own business, you got to learn how to really truly in tune with conversations and really be, considerate of others and think about, okay, cool, we can have a debate. We don't have to have no argument. We don't got to be frustrated because that's something I'm learning still. Like, I've always had to be, I was frustrated when I be having conversations like, this is my point, this is how I want to be. Bro, we're not kids. Right. We got to know how to communicate. So, yeah, when it comes to that, man, like you said, the internet it messes us up. Even when it comes to, I know, like, the artists that we listen to and stuff like that. What I do is I cut out music up until Friday. And I just listen to strictly podcasts. And I might listen to, if I'm in the car with with the family, then we'll listen to music like normal, or like depending on what we're listening to it. But yeah, for me, when I'm going like anywhere, if I'm just me, I listen strictly podcasts and no music until Friday. So, and then the music that I do listen to, I don't listen to like I used to. Yeah, I don't. I kind of cut some of it out, but I still listen to some of the new, because some of the new music I'm like, bro, no, I can't get this there. I can't know.
That's another thing. I'm glad that you said music, to be honest, because like the time that I used to spend just mad on social media or whatever I was doing, you know what I mean? I spend that Like if I have a couple minutes and I feel like I'm good, I'm finna turn this on.
Right.
I'm finna turn this on and I'm gonna be sitting right through here dancing all
Right.
through. You feel me? Like
Right.
music for me is just something that it brings me back to just the moment and
Absolutely.
where I'm at and what I'm doing. Like music is something that really just I feel like puts me at a whole different piece. Like,
And that's dope. And that's
like,
good for sure.
And like you said, I had to cut out some music. You feel me? Because some
Yeah.
music, bro. People don't like pay attention to everything that they like give their energy to, bro. Like
You gotta be careful, man.
like, bro.
You gotta be careful, and that's
important.
It's
very important.
That's the thing, and I've you know, like with our kids, me and my wife's kids, we gotta, you know, we want them to be open, but we want to make sure that we're always giving them that example and telling like this is what's going on. Like we have an open dynamic family. Like we talk about everything. We allow you to express, share, say what you feel. You know, it's just one of those like this is what you feeling. Are you mad? All right, let's talk about it. We shut everything down. Like everybody put your phone down. What's wrong? What's going on? All right, cool. So baby girl, okay, this is, and there's some things I'd be like, man, she shouldn't be doing this or she shouldn't be doing that. And I'd be like, well, and then my wife like, hey, well, we got to do this way, or vice versa. I'm like, babe, this is what we should do with our son. And it just comes down, bro. You got to be careful when it comes to, you know, music. And I know, like, when we in the household, they don't listen to what I like listen to. Like I listen to, you know, what y'all be listening to still. But some of them, I'm like, ooh, I gotta cut on back because let's get back to how I'm feeling. Like, I feel like I should be single or something again. Like I need to go back out and go do something. But that's not it. That's wrong. That's not my mindset is messing up. So yeah, I've had to cut out some of that, man.
Yeah, see, a lot of the music I listen to is like, dude, it's like old 60s music, like
R&B where it's at, man.
Dude,
old classic R&B.
Old music, bro. I mean, look, old music. You see 4 Top.
Mario. We listening. Yup.
That's the only new music you may see. It's a little here and there. I'm listening to Ray Charles. You feel me? Like I'm more in tune with that era because they was so in tune with their feelings. And absolutely. Like that's what I like. You feel me? Like I like now that I'm actually trying to better myself and do something for myself. I like to actually, all right, this is how I feel. This is what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to come and accept that myself before I could even, because my biggest thing back then was I wouldn't accept something before I could even go tell somebody else something. That's why I was just so closed off because there was a lot of stuff that I was just like, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just like, for
you
me.
just taught me something for real just now about that. That's real. Like, you really be like, because we be trying to share other information, but we ain't even accept it on our end.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and that's what right now I'm trying to figure out, like, man, I gotta accept this. I gotta fix this. And that's what I can tell we're both like that in a way. Right. Like we want to fix something, get it right, get it going so we can move forward. And
get to the next.
Yeah, because if you keep holding on to it, man, it's just gonna build up. You don't want to talk about it. You need to express it some type of way.
Yeah, dude, I feel like a lot of the times when I like blew up, like in those times I didn't notice, but like it was what I needed. You know what I mean? I needed to hold that in and blow up. Just so now when I look back, I'm like, all right, if I hold this in and I don't go through this emotion or how this is making me feel or something like that, if I don't let that out right now, it's gonna come back out later on somebody else who probably don't even know that it's even happening.
Or deserve it. Right. Don't even deserve it at all. Right. Yeah. Nah, I agree with you.
I feel like that's definitely why me and my moms will get in an argument a lot because she, of course, has stuff she was dealing with. I got stuff I'm dealing with. But in my like, at the time for me, it was like she made me feel like, all right, you're a kid, so what do you really have going on type stuff. Yeah. So it kind of infuriated me because, like,
you was thinking of, like, shit, at that time, you was going through a lot. Yeah. And so you was thinking negative. Yeah. Yeah, that makes
sense. All the time. Literally all the time. Like, every day I'm waking up like, man, that's really what I was doing was every day I was waking up thinking like, okay, how can I escape that feeling and get rid of that feeling and not think about that feeling and That's where the drugs came in. That's where the alcohol, bro. Like when I was a senior, even, bro. So this is something that like didn't get fixed until after high school. When I was a senior, bro, I still talk about this with my boy today. I used to know my plug. Me and my plug was super cool, bro. Like super locked in. I'm only 17, 18. He's like 21. He just turned 21 for real.
Yeah.
So I wake up. I'm at his crib, we smoking. I go to lunch, I'm at his crib, we smoking, might take a shot.
Yeah.
Go back to school. Come back to his crib after school.
Dang.
We smoking, we drinking, we smoking, we drinking. May pop a pill, may you feel me? Like we get jiggy for real. And I'm going to school every day, bro. He used to tell me like, bro, I don't know how the hell you went to school.
Nah, it's crazy you say that. I got a quick story. Somebody did the same thing and they played ball like that. Bro. Their senior year, they played ball like that. I'm not saying state, school, or nothing. I'm going to just say that's the homie. Till this day, still. Like, if I was to see him, I'd be like, yo, it's good. But I'm not even saying it, but he literally did that, bro. And it worked for him. And I mean, we getting buckets. But like you said, you was going through stuff. You was literally going, and he was going through it. So I see how that was going.
Right.
But seeing, it was,
so it was.
But dang, every day,
bro,
every day,
I would not miss a day. If I went up, bro, when we get off the podcast, I'm gonna pull up my Snapchat, bro. My memories will tell it all.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna get away with that, yeah.
My memories will tell it all, literally. Because even if I didn't post it on the story, which that's something, bro, that's something that I'm very big on. Like, just because you record something and you capture that moment doesn't necessarily mean everybody needs to see that moment. Just because, like you said, like you gotta watch what you do nowadays.
Yeah, you do.
People will hold that on you 20 years from now, and even though you forgot it because it was something so little in your head, like.
Or just a growing, like you just learning from the situation, at that moment. So when you get down there, you're gonna be like, well, this is where I was starting at this peak of what I'm doing. Right. So we're talking more profoundly about this situation, and they're like, well, you said this, this, and that. Well, bro, I was going through stuff. Right. I was building up to get to where I'm going. So now I'm learning, and then you can't please people. Ooh, you can't
Nobody's
please.
Ever happy, bro.
Oh,
nobody's ever happy.
You got money, you still can't. Yeah, like even if you don't, they still not happy.
I think, like I said, I think a lot of stuff that we see that's like negative these days, it comes from people who just didn't feel those feelings and accept those childhood traumas and just go through all of that. You know what I mean? Like we sitting here telling each other how much we went through to get where we are now. People are still there, so they can't get out of that just repetitive motion of just not caring and not really giving a fuck about nobody but them because they go through everything and everybody's just in the world. Shit.
That's what.
Instead of, I had to really switch my mindset to like, I go through something, you go through something, he, she, whatever, everybody go through something. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't sit here and be woes me, when it's like, I know I probably have it better than somebody. Like, I know I got it better than somebody. Like, it's people out there that have nothing. Bro.
Nothing at all. And they're saying, I just wish I could just have some shoes on my feet. Or have the bike that you have to go to work. Right. Or the car that you got to get you to all the way over here to go see their family. Like, I'm stuck over here, and that's... Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And that's a main part of why I like had to move out of Chicago, bro. Like I had to get out of here, bro.
Really?
Just yes, bro. Like me and bro talk about it all the time, bro. When you're in Chicago, bro, and you just see, bro, you see everything, bro. They got everything in Chicago, bro.
I feel, and that's the only state I have not went to visit yet.
They got the nice cars, they got the nice this, the nice that, the nice whatever it may be. So you see that.
Yeah.
And the type of person I am, I'm like, shoot, you ain't finna catch me out here, bro. What you talking about? Like you said, I was keeping up with the Joneses. Like, I'm getting a new phone every year, bro, from the 7 Plus to the 12. Like, I'm getting a new phone every year it come out. AirPods come out, I'm getting them right when they come out.
That's
like watch come out, I'm getting it right when it come out. Like
that's
like,
what I was like, and I do certain things that I like. Don't get me wrong, like that's just me. Like I preach that to myself. Like, hey, I don't push this on my kids, my wife, nothing. But when it comes to, like you said, the world, like, bro, yeah, I do keep up with some of this stuff, of course, because I'm in fashion, yeah. But when it comes to like keeping like all that other stuff, like you said, getting a new phone and shoes and
I had a problem with them.
Oh.
I had a problem.
I still got it. Seem like I just don't be wearing them. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong. I want to get back to wearing some of the stuff to just just to say okay, I enjoyed it, but. I mean, I just know the reason why I wear what I see certain things is because I studied it, or I know what it's about, and they got a story behind it. So I'm wearing, say fear of God because I understand that he's a believer, but it could be completely something different. Like, what are you really liking this because of material? No, he's a believer. I like his style. What Jerry Lorenzo brings to the brand. And he's a family man himself and stuff like that. So I get in depth with it now, and I make sure that when I explain that to other people, the ones who are on the outside of seeing like what I'm talking about, they give them to a good explanation. Because some people on the outside are like, bro, I could have did something with this. I could have fed my family, or I could have done this, or I could have put a down payment on this.
I could have went to go do something.
Right, and so
you know what I mean.
And you got to step into that, situation with that person and be like, step into their shoes and understand them too. Just as much as they trying to understand why you like this X, Y, and Z, you could have done this to get to that. So
yeah, see, for a minute, like I was just like, I want to have it before somebody else get it.
Yeah.
Just to say I got it. Yeah. Now it's like you said, like that's why I'm so in tune with Off-White. I'm like, all right, bro. Like his message just to the world was just completely different.
It was definitely different.
Completely different.
All right, did it go?
It was like, it might have. That's okay. I think it's died.
No. I saw some blinking light. I'm like, hold on.
Oh yeah, it did die. That's fine now. But yeah, I like to like keep in tune with stuff like that. I think Virgil put it the best way to me. Like he used to ask, like, do we need another chair? Do we need another sweater? Do we need another? You know what I mean? Because we got stuff, bro. And I feel like in this day and age, it's such a materialistic day and age. Like everybody, at least in America, everybody wants everything. Like everybody want to be great, but nobody want to work for it.
Oh yeah.
So it's like people will do whatever. You feel me? Like,
people will do so much, man. Where it's like, and there's some things that you will be like, man, I'm gonna try to do this to get to that, try to do this, and we'll make those mistakes. But then there's people who just blowing money like this to go do this and traveling to go do this, and they're like not even really putting in the work once they get back. Right. Like my other thing that I do that I haven't even said, I'm surprised I didn't say nothing yet, but I do day trading. And I've been doing it since 2019. Yeah, 2019. 2019 is when I started. I said 2019, and we're in 2022. And bro, I'm telling you, when I say day trading is a different world, you really gotta tapping into not just numbers, but graphs, consolidation, the news, what's going on in the world, your technical analysis, your fundamentals, your psychological levels. That's a whole nother genre. Y'all probably like, bro,
that's why I really love stocks, because like stocks is something where it's like, dude, I remember I was watching the Super Bowl, and during the Super Bowl, because I don't watch no TV, like
the ratings are going up.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, during the Super Bowl, I'm like, all right, what's these commercials about? Like,
that's how you invest. That's how you
electric
invest.
Cars. Who makes electric cars? Who make this battery? Who make this?
You got it right there. That's it. That's how you know how to invest, because that's literally what you do. Like, you study the market so much. Like, I have literally apps of stuff where literally it's just for trading and stuff. Oh yeah, most definitely. You seen that? Yeah. You got to read that. And then the Bible is motivational. Like, I keep that, man. And then
got to.
But
you got to.
But yeah, see, then that's we showing the family, the daughter and the son, boy. Yeah. But and then the wife, of
Bro,
course.
so they still young.
Yeah, daughter's 11. Watch out. Watch out. She'll be 12 here soon in September, but then my son is 2, so
Bro.
he
So which one is more of a handful?
the boy, for sure, hands down. Hands down. Energy given 24/7. Like, that's why everything is hey, time is important. Hey, you say, hey, we're gonna be here, X, Y, and Z. All right, cool. Cause boy, if I say I'm gonna work, that's why I be like, I gotta work at night. I work at night, or that's why I feel like the motivation comes from, like, I want to be an entrepreneur for the main reason, so I'm able to be there for my family. That's the goal. Another goal that I had, very much had to learn going in, being married.
Where was that point where you was like, all right, I have to find balance so I'm able to watch my kids grow up and do what I want to do, like, just for myself outside of them type stuff?
Shoot, honestly, now that our daughter's gotten older, like, she's getting to that peak where, she's starting to have friends and, get involved and stuff. So it's more so like, you got to cherish those moments. Just how we cherish in this moment, I got to be able to do the same. All the energy that I do like this, got to go towards them too. 2,000 plus more. Right. Like, it has to be, because once we all grown, that we do our own thing. We're moving on.
We only see each other so many times.
So once she gets to where she going in life, and I want to make sure that what I'm working on now with the brand and all this and day trading and all that, I want to be able to know, like you said, they're good. They're going to work for it, of course. Right. But they're good. And making sure my wife does the same. Like, I want her to be able to do the things that she wants to do and be able to still cherish and do those things while being married. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not putting that on nobody, I'm just saying, but.
I mean, bro, if we're going to be very honest, like, this is stuff people need to know. Like,
true story.
I feel like me and my generation, like, we in the house, what we seen as kids growing up with our parents and with our friends' parents, like, what we seen, it was the best they could do. You feel me? At the time. Yep. So it's only right for us to take it to that next level of, like you said, like, I'm putting in the same effort in the house as I'm putting it out the house, so I'm, if not more, in the house.
Exactly. And I make mistakes too, like, and I'm still learning, like, to build, like, this is another relationship I'm building with my daughter. Like, I've got to tune it up even more because she's changing. She's like, Dad, I want some more time with you and stuff like that. So when you hear that, you got to make sure you really take that in consideration. Wife is saying, well, she's in school and she wants to finish out and get her bachelor's. Like, I got my degree in psychology. And I know how that works.
What?
Yeah, I got psychology. Yeah, got my degree in psychology in Mid-America, man. So yes, but yeah, man, like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of work was in my 20s. Boy, I was working. Yeah. And then getting to, like, now being married, like you said, you got to be able to. You got to be different, man. And when you come into, like you said, I think I'm the only one married at my age. My cousin is older than me, but he's not married yet. But I'm the only one, like, in my family from my mom's side is married. And think on my dad, I don't think nobody on our side, because, like you said, everybody's for themselves. They're doing their own thing. They're like, man, ain't worried about that life right now. That when it comes down to it. But what we do now is we explain to our kids about everything about when it comes to relationships, communication, marriage, all that stuff. We try to tell them all as much as we can. Like how you said, we didn't get that type of growth of understanding what it's going to be like, arguments or conversations that we're not, financial stuff. How do we handle that? How do you not cheat in marriage and stuff like that? Like, me and wife be listening to podcasts because we because we're so in tune. We want to know, like, you didn't cheat for 30 years? Come on, 30 years, bro.
Right, 30?
30 years?
30?
You didn't do nothing in between. Okay, so it's possible. All right, cool. So what do we need to do so we don't do that? Because you got to be honest with yourself. Like, they call it the 7-year itch or something like that in marriage. Like, you start thinking of, okay, we doing the same stuff, or we're getting out. We got to do new things. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, you just gotta really be in tune with like, what is it gonna be like? Like you really gotta be for real. Like you know all these relationships. I don't know what changes when you get married. I don't know why it changes, but when you in a relationship, everything is cool. You like, all right, yeah, let me go ahead and we enjoying ourselves, family and everything. But as soon as you get married, it's like, why you put it's something simple. Be like, why you put that face towel on the table like that? Bro, you get mad because of a face towel is on the table? I told you to put that up earlier. I was busy taking out the trash. Like it'd be something. I mean, just giving an example, but it'd be something like we look back and it's like, bro, that was petty than a mug. Like there was no reason for us to even argue about that. And that's what you really got to be in tune about when it comes to that part. When it comes to marriage, oh man, you gotta really pay attention. But like you said, man, it's a work. You gotta really put in some work. And like I said, man, time is important. It is, man, when it comes down to that. So everything I do, it's a motivational too at the same time. Like, you know, you got a family and I didn't get the best advice. I got it good, but I didn't get the best advice. I seen stuff that I thought I would never see. I never got those real deep conversations when it came to, you know, being in relationships or the next level when you mess with a lady, you know, how to treat her, be respectful. Like, I just instantly had to learn that from my grandmother. Yeah, I had to get that from my grandmother, and that was it. So, yeah, it was a lot, man. It was a lot, and yeah, the world is just crazy, bro. So, like you said, social media gets us, and the negative gets us, but there's always a great outcome. There's always going to be an ending to it, but you got to think of it as make it as a law of attraction. Bring that to you. Tell the world, like, yo, we going to have a good day today. Like, dude, we're going to have a conflict. We're going to conquer this day. Like, God, I believe in this with everything.
Let me tell you something. When I first, like, bro, because I don't even smoke how I used to, bro. I used to smoke, bro. I used to smoke. When I tell you I used to, bro, I used to smoke. Bro. Smoke, bro. Like, even in here, bro, in the year that we've had this apartment, bro, I remember me and bro, the day we got paid, we instantly in the dispensary, we spent an 800. Oh. 800. That smoked in 8 days. God, in 8 days, I think we had 3 ounces. A little bit over 3 ounces. It was like 4 or 5.
In 8 days?
No, it was 6 the whole time.
And still in 8 days?
Bro, in 8 days, bro, because we got 3 each. In 8 days, gone. Like, gone. All of it, gone. We got to go back. Smoke another 2. Like, bro, we was in the dispensary, bro, like.
That's stuff you learn.
And, like, bro, now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, there was stuff even then that I was like, I don't see that.
Yeah.
That's not going on right now, you feel me? That's because, bro, at the time, when we first got this place, like, I had just stopped talking to my pops. Like, stopped talking to him. And didn't talk to him for, like, 5 or 6-ish months. Like, I'm talking about birthday going past. I'm not saying nothing to him. He texts me. I'm not.
It happens.
I'm not trying to talk to you right now. Like, had to really, like, go through that, you feel me? And, like, experience that. Like, so it was just stuff that I was not dealing with. And anytime I want to smoke real heavy like that, now I'm like, all right, is there something that I'm not dealing with, or do I just want to smoke? And even then, it's like, I probably shouldn't even get high right now, because there's nothing wrong with me when I'm high, but I just feel like I'm a lot more forgetful. Like,
yeah.
Now that I done smoked and did drugs and did all this other stuff, I feel like it's very easy for me to forget something. Like, I'll forget something super quick. I'll be in the middle of bro. I used to be in the middle of talking, mid-sentence.
You could have been deep, and it's gone.
Hold on, wait. What was my last sentence?
And you still don't remember, huh?
No, bro, once it's gone, it's gone. If I ask you, what was I talking about? I don't know at all. So I hope and pray you was like, hope and pray. And then
I've been listening for sure.
Around, bro, the people I was around had another part to play in, because it's like a lot of the people I was around, I wasn't really like genuine and cool with. Like, it took for me to get out of high school and not have to put on that fake facade, because you like people you go to high school with, but some of them people are just school friends. You feel me? That's 100% okay, but it's like when they trying to hang out with you outside of school, it's like, oh my God.
Like, bro, nah,
But see, and then the type of person I was, what you bringing to the table?
You gotta bring some, yeah.
You got that bottle, you got that, you feel me, what you trying to do?
Yeah, see,
it's really like that.
It's crazy that, like, see, I never did no drugs, still haven't till this day. Like, I only drunk wine. Like, I'm just a wine person. I was literally like, yo, I'm 31 years old, y'all. Virgin to that game, like, virgin to the max. Like,
hey, you see this post right there? You see this post?
I'm sitting, that's like, I've only drink like wine, like nothing. I've been around it, and I just have a high tolerance, I guess, what it comes down to. Like, I've been around it, and it's like, did you even get contact? Nope, just chilling. And I'll be still cracking jokes like, you would think I'm like, did he do something? Right. Nah, that's just Rodney. That's just who he is. Right. And but it's nothing wrong, but like you said, and I don't have nothing wrong with it. It's a plan. Mm-hmm. It's opportunity. Like, dude, if you can chill and relax and get your mind, like, if I was to do it, be creative, but utilize it.
What it was.
Yeah, but there's nothing, and even if you go through it where you abuse it, I don't have no room to judge at all. No place, nor nothing. Like, my name is Rodney. God created me to be on here to help out. Not I'm God. No, that's. Yeah. But no, man, that's. But yeah, coming to that now, I'm like, maybe when I get to my own business, then I'll be like, all right, cool. Y'all ain't got to worry about clocking in. Got to take no drug test. I ain't got to worry about all that. Then maybe I'll get to that point. But
see,
I just want to,
I say. Really, because bro, I was definitely there was this point in time where I was on that wrong path and I was just making the wrong decisions. I say what really brought me back to that right path was psychedelics, bro. Like, real life, it was psychedelics, bro. I can say that, bro. I started doing acid for the first time, like that same senior year. I started doing acid. And bro, once I did it that first time, bro, I was close. So I'm finna do this shit, cause bro, it was something like, it's not like weed. It doesn't make you down. It doesn't make you forget. If anything, like your brain is
going,
bro. Like your brain is, bro. When I tell you shit is, bro, like shit clicking on a whole nother level, bro. Like it was crazy for real, bro.
That sound like what is that movie? Limitless.
Yeah.
Like your mind.
Like the NZT.
Yeah. Like he took that and it was like,
bro, I'm talking about a whole nother world. I for real, like through my eyes, I seen a whole nother world, bro.
That's crazy.
It was, bro.
That's crazy.
For me, like it was a little visual, and I feel like a lot of people they say, "Oh, I always see this," or "I seen this," or "I'm hallucinating." Like for me, it was not like that. For me, it was like.
You saw something
I'm
different.
Thinking like, I'm in my head like.
They said also like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm asking the question like, so when you do it, is it more so like you gotta be thinking about it, or you just gotta let it just be chill?
Okay, it's a little bit of both.
Okay,
it's a little bit of both. I'll tell you right now, like when you do it, you have to think of what's your reason of doing this drug. Is it to get fucked up? Because if you want to get fucked up, we can get you fucked up.
Right.
We have that right over here. But if you want to learn something now, just keep that in your mind. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just say I'm taking this because I want to learn something. I want to see something different.
Right.
I want to open my eyes to what I've been blind to.
Yeah. You
keep that in mind, and then once you actually take it. You gotta chill out. You gotta chill out. Because, bro, for acid, that's 12 hours. One time, I think I tripped for like 16 hours.
Oh, Lord, nah. See, y'all can
I'm
have that.
I'm talking about when I say 12 hours, 16 hours, I'm taking it when the sun go up. It is not done until after the sun go down. Like,
you had that, my brother. Yeah.
Bro, like one time I even drove off of that. Wow, bro. Wow. Like, bro, I'm going down the street. Thank God I only had to make 1-2 turns, and I knew, like...
What, already?
I know where I need to turn. Like, I know where I'm going type stuff. Like, because, bro, I'm driving, and I feel like I'm just like on a like treadmill in the background. Is just
oh
moving,
nah,
bro.
boy, you
And the trees, bro. I swear to you, trees was standing up, all type of shit, bro. Like that's when I was kind of like more started abusing it. Like, bro, I think I took it like I did acid like 4 times, and because at first when I was doing it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it right now. Wait too. Like I did it how I kind of used to do weed. Like I'm gonna do it right now. Wait a month. Wait some time.
Yeah.
And then do it again if I want to do it again. Then it was like my plug told me. He said it was like, bro, because he was real. Like I say he's my plug, but really that's like my brother type stuff. Like he was real locked in, bro. Like he even when I first started doing pills up there, because I had never did pills up there, just because you never know what's in it.
Yeah, and that's what will always put me in my mindset. Like I was like, I need to see.
Like, he really broke me down. He was like, bro, look, like if you want to do it, because he knew that I was dealing with stuff that I didn't want to. You feel me?
So he was trying to help out.
He was like, bro, if you want to do it, I would much rather you do it from me, because you know it's straight. You feel me? You at the crib, we chilling. We know we ain't going nowhere, and if we gotta go somewhere, we walking. So you feel me? We straight. It's a safe space type stuff. So he told me, he was like, bro, if you want to trip, just trip. And
I've heard that too, is being a safe space with somebody.
You definitely gotta, bro. You definitely gotta be in a safe place. Like, bro, the first time I tripped was with bro, my roommate.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. First time, cause he told me, he was like, bro, it come with a certain maturity that I think you should just try it, bro.
Yeah.
And he didn't even at the time like acid, bro. Like he was like, he said he took it and he was always having bad trips or whatever the case. But he was like, bro, I think you may learn something from it. And really from there, it was just like, bro,
that's crazy.
Open my eyes, bro. Open my eyes. And I came back into like, the hell am I at? Who are all these people? Like, I started like, it was like my conscience woke up again. Like, cause bro, I used to be
that's
doing
wild.
drugs. I used to, bro. One time, bro, popped a pill in school. Worst mistake I ever did.
What happened on that?
Bro. So, I get it from this girl, right? She tell me, she said, Charles, don't take it at the school. It's second period. School just started, bro.
Bro, you can't be just saying you started. You be like, this is my breakfast.
Now, keep in mind, I just got to school second period, so this is my
like I said, that's probably your breakfast right here. This man took this.
Bro, and it was a K-Pen. I popped one. I think I popped like 1.5. Bro. I'm in the school whole day, right? Now, I'm doing drugs at this point, so I know how to hold myself. Most of the time, people just gonna think I'm high anyway. So even if I'm not high, so I'm like,
they just assume like, all right.
Just because of the type of bro I was, bro. When I'm around school, headphones in, hoodie up, I'm walking. You feel me? And then after junior year is really when I like stepped into that because I had lost my uncle. You feel me? And at the time, that was just, bro. That was something.
That was real deep.
I definitely could not put, like, I couldn't deal with that at all. I ain't gonna lie, because I had already lost my cousin 7th, 8th grade, and he got shot. You feel me? My uncle died of leukemia, so it was kind of like.
So it was just stuff just going.
Yeah. It was just like, man, I need to escape for real. And I used to tell myself like, I'm finna smoke to forget this shit, and for sure, for a long time, I was forgetting hella shit.
And that's what I seen too, like when. Coming from like every time like you came back to BGC, that's what I always wanted to ask. Like as a kid, I know I was like, man, he's just a kid right now. But now that you're older, like it seemed like what they say about Chicago is real.
Oh yeah,
they definitely say what Chicago is real.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get us wrong. Like stuff be happening here that I've experienced and seen, but coming from hearing from you, it's like, man, this is. I'm sure you you was dealing with so much where you was like, well,
bro,
what?
I remember.
You're free.
Bro. Really, the difference was it's just so many people up there, so it's so hard not to get into something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, even if it don't got to deal with me, if it got to deal with my family back then, it was, bro, family was locked in.
Yeah.
I remember me and my mom at the time was staying in the suburbs. Now, city, where we had to go was like 30 minutes away. We get a call talking about my sister being jumped. What? Now I'm only like 12, 13.
Yeah.
We going to the city right now. Like, we're leaving. Right now, we're out the door. We're already on the way.
Yeah.
We'll be there in 15. We'll be there in 15.
Exactly
like,
15.
And, bro, that was really the first time. I promise you. When I tell you, once we got to the city, my two cousins came in that car with me. My 3 cousins actually came in that car with me. And we was little kids watching grown 30, 40, 50-year-olds, like, fight. Like, we talking about crutches swinging. I seen my auntie grab a crutch that almost hit my mama and go hit somebody else. Like, we seen some stuff, you feel me? Like, my sister, her boyfriend coming down there, we fighting. Like, whole family.
Brawl.
Like, yeah. So it was like...
That's real. I mean, that's loyal right
like,
there.
just from even sitting on my grandma's porch, see a nigga walk up, oh, you fuck my sister? Like, random as hell. Like, the motherfucking corner store we go to every fucking day, the nigga who owned that gets shot. Like, it was always something for real. Like, always something for real.
And that's why I was like, man, when you literally say, I was like, where are you from? Chicago. I said, I pray this young man get out of wherever you go through. Cause I think you was the only one from Chicago at that time. So I'm like, I don't think there was anybody else at all, but yeah, when you told me that, I'm like, yo. And that's why I said I cherish those moments because you went through that stuff.
Yeah.
You seen that stuff.
For real.
And that's gonna be another podcast and so, family hitting me up and everything. But golly, man, but you here.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
We definitely made it.
And we still growing, not trying to cut that off, but that's just, it's deeper than what it is, man. And when people finally see the story and the reason why we have these conversations and all these type of dialogues of everything that goes in our life, it's like, dang, man, they really got stuff going on. And I'm like, yo, I love who we are. I love my skin. I love who I am as a black man. I love every bit of what I went through. And I would never change nothing.
For anything.
I would never change
Not
that.
even for $1 million right now.
No.
For $1 million right now.
Because I'm going to get to that $1 million. Then they're going to be asking. So, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. We definitely going to be this. Yeah. This is only this podcast number 1 for us.
We definitely going to have to get another one for y'all.
Yeah, Cause man, we can go probably for another. Yeah, I really could. Cause we haven't locked in.
It's been 10 plus years.
It's been almost a decade. Yeah,
almost 10 years for real.
Yeah, it's almost been a decade.
Cause I'm finna turn 21 and shit. 11, 12. Shit, God Lord. Oh, that's crazy. Bro.
That's how it is, man. I'm about to be. I ain't gonna tell y'all again, but if y'all can rewind if y'all want to know my age. Everybody keep thinking I'm like, honestly, I get you about 27 or 28. I still get that. That's what I literally get. Or I think the smallest one I've got was, I think somebody said 24. I'm like, 24? 24? Dang, what am I doing? But yeah, so.
Hey, that's that black complexion, man. We on age.
We don't really refine his wines with it, and I mean that's a thing. That's a real thing, man. So
that was, man. We definitely could go all day.
Hey, and we going to, man. We gonna connect more with the podcast for sure, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, for sure, bringing me out here, man.
For coming out for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's literally what it's about, man. People gotta understand this is where everything begins when stuff like this happening. We'll be having another podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have another podcast. If y'all made it this far, y'all, thank you for watching Off My Lawn. Tune in for the next episode.